we have a guest with us today, and we're very excited, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's excited.
All right, go ahead and tell me your name.
I'm Tobaris.
He's one of our youth, and he was a senior this year, and now he's graduating. Yeah. And our youth were so amazing, and at their graduation sort of ceremony that we had here, correct me if I'm wrong, they picked a verse that was sort of a meaningful verse to them, and that stuck out in their life. And I guess that's one of the kind of our first questions we wanted to kind of address. Maybe let's read the verse.
Yeah.
Do you mind reading it for us?
No, sure.
Okay. I got it right there. You just have to find the right one. This is in, I'm very terrible. Oh no, this is Daniel. Did I do Daniel?
Daniel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, I started to say Deuteronomy. Boy, that's crazy. Daniel 12:3. So this is in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Those who have insight will shine brightly like the brightness of the expanse of heaven, and those who will lead many to righteousness and the stars and forever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Powerful verse. And that's really, I thought after I was reading it, well, that's deep. Right? So why did you pick that verse?
Oh, well, I picked it because it was more of like a memory verse for me at first.
Okay.
Because it was the first verse that I had a memory verse for.
Wow, that's
and
cool.
It kind of just stuck with me for a while.
Yeah.
And I always came back to it. So it's just my verse that I had.
Yeah, I think it's a verse that you can, it's a living verse, I think, one that you can live by, sounds like. And so what was some of the other things? I mean, it encouraged you. You say you kept going back to it. Mm-hmm. So how did it encourage you?
Well, it really just showed me that everyone can be there with Jesus in the end, really, because, it says that they that be white shall shine, so like the stars and stuff like that, and join the vast expanse of the heavens. So it really just kept telling me that one day we'll all go back with Jesus eventually. So
yeah, it's definitely good encouragement.
Yeah, a great encouragement. Because when I was looking at it, it's turning your faith. Your faith is bright, and so Tobaris, I think your faith is bright, and because I remember the first time you were on stage and you came back from camp, and that was a new experience for you, camp. And I think it made a big impact for you because you're still here, right? And you've accepted Christ, and you know who He is, and then the other part of it was leading many. And so to me, that was like your faith is going to lead many to Christ. And even though this is an Old Testament, a couple of the verses that I found that went with this was Job.
Yeah.
And Job talked about seeing the Messiah, in a sense, that's what he was saying. And then Isaiah, another prophet, he's saying that there is a day he's going to come back, and he hadn't seen him yet, he had not seen the first, but he knew that he was coming. And so, I don't know, I could, I know there's some other questions that we might want to talk to him about. And
well, yeah, and I think the cool thing about with Daniel is it is towards the end, the verse that you picked of Daniel. And the next verse it says that, but you, Daniel, you shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. So, like,
that's right.
Daniel just kind of wrapped up all the visions that he saw until the end, when they'll come to fruition, when they'll come to being.
And when we'll see, right?
Yeah,
when we'll understand the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I also saw one in Proverbs that said about, let's see, but the path of the righteous is like the light of the dawn, which shines brighter and brighter until full day. And just emphasizing the fact that those that are bringing people to salvation and bringing people to Christ, we use our light to do that.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool.
And I think that's a great way to start off your adult life, because now you are an adult completely, right? You've been slung into the world now that you're out of high school, and you're going to be doing more adulting, I guess you would say. And so one of the things that, and I think maybe we kind of answered it, but how do you point Jesus with this verse? If you were to go to someone and say, okay, I want to tell you about Jesus, and how does this point them to Jesus? And maybe you already answered that, maybe in a different way.
Well, my way of thinking of it is that, like, if you're the light, that someone needs in their life.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it kind of means to me. So like if someone is not having like the best of day or whatever, it really just helps me be a light to other people who don't have a really good day or just aren't always, I guess, in an excited mood.
Mm-hmm.
But like for me, that verse always helps me point people, like it helps them like point me to them and then back to Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
So
it helps remind you that I need to be making sure that people are coming and
you need to be the light. You are the light. You're going to be the light. And then we've been doing a lot of study, lately about, sometimes we don't always see the fruit of how we share our light. You may be just the seed that, gets planted for somebody, and maybe somebody sees you and they want you, they think of, well, I want that, I like that, he's having a rough time, but look at that's shining out of him. And one of the words, one of the questions was, how do you apply it to your life, and I think you've already kind of answered that question, because you're going to be the light. But so many people, and even today, they don't have hope.
Yeah.
And that was one of the words that stuck out for me, was hope.
Yeah.
Because that's what people need today, really, is hope. And so with your light that you're going to shine, and you could, I think he gives you sort of also a prophecy of your own, if you want to say it like that you can reach as many as people as there are stars.
Yeah.
And in your lifetime, so young to be where you are, it just blows me away. And I wish I had gained that knowledge and that understanding at your age, when I was your age.
Yeah.
And so you're so much farther than I. Just wait till you get as old as me. And so what are you going to be doing? I know you talked about it at graduation, that day, and you're going to be doing, are you going back to school, or you're going to do some, so that's cool.
Don't really know what I'm going to do yet.
Yeah, hey, you're only 18, it's okay.
Yeah.
But as long as you keep moving and keep growing in Christ, and we do have a college and career class now, and so that's they're graduating up. He's going to be graduating up to that group, and it's going to explode that group, you guys. I think there was 11 or 12 of them, right?
11, yeah.
So we're excited that we're going to have you in that group, and you're going to be able to just continue to grow in Christ, and there'll be a lot of women and men in this church that are going to guide and help you, and you're going to help them too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we're so glad you came.
Thank you for coming in, Tobaris.
Yes. We're excited to have him, and we thank you so much. So, all right, guys, we'll see you later.